Hello, welcome to today's cryptocurrency review video where I'm going to be talking about Litentry with the ticker symbol LIT, which is a cross-chain identity aggregation protocol building on Substrate, but is also an ERC20 token on Ethereum at the moment. And we can see that the market cap is not super high. It's 167 million, which may be high to some, but again, there is room to grow considering what they're trying to do. And we'll be talking about that in the video, of course. And we can see the circulating supply is 18.3 million with a max supply of 100 million. So not super high, which is good. They are listed on Binance though. So I know that when tokens are listed on Binance, it normally means that they're close to reaching their peak, but not really, because even though we are in the bull market, there is still room to grow if the project has not matured yet. So they've still got a long way to go before they mature. But in terms of the price, of course, it's going to do well once it's on Binance. But it doesn't mean there isn't room to go further, right? So again, don't take this as financial advice. Always do your own research. But I am presenting you this project because I do think it has good potential. I don't hold any lit, by the way, just for transparency. And it is not a sponsored video. And now let's take a look at what Lit is all about. So here you can see that it's a cross-chain identity aggregation protocol that features a Substrate built network, mobile app, and identity related tools. The protocol enables identity linking across different networks and facilitates decentralization and transparency in identity verification. And this is from Polka project, the place where I normally try and do my research from by scanning what's going on here, what's been listed, and then doing more research based on that. But every time I see Substrate based, regardless if they're on Binance or not, it's something that catches my attention because this is pretty much my focus on this channel, except for the sponsored videos. Of course, in that case, they may not all be Substrate based, but most of the ones that I'm trying to review are Substrate based just to get more information, because I am very, very hyped about the whole Substrate framework and the Polkadot ecosystem, as you well know. So yeah, in the Polka project website, we can find them under Substrate based, grant, or identity. So now let's take a look at their website to see what it's all about. Again, we don't have too much information on the website. The majority of the information is actually in the Litepaper, which you can see here, but it pretty much summarizes that it's a user-centric world with blockchain, network support, cross-chain aggregated identities built on Substrate, ready for Polkadot. And they've also got the Web3 Foundation grant, which means that they didn't get all the funding, but as soon as they develop and submit their milestones to the Web3 Foundation team, then they're going to get the next batch of funding. So that's how the Web3 Foundation operates in terms of the grant program. Now, before we continue on here, I would like to thank today's channel sponsor, Prostarter. So let's hear from them and then we'll continue on with the video. Thank you. This video is sponsored by Prostarter. Prostarter are developing a cross-chain IDO platform for token sales to take place. Not only traditional tokens, but also NFTs, which is the hot topic of 2021. Prostarter aim to integrate into Ethereum, Binance Smart Chain, Tron, and Substrate on Polkadot. So we should see the flexibility of having all these initial decentralized exchange offerings from various blockchains available to us in one platform. Their token sales will be powered by the PROT token. You'll also need to hold a certain amount of PROT and lock it for a certain period of time to receive a ticket. The ticket will enable you to take part in the IDO organized by them. One of their special features is also the Pro Kings. By holding a specific amount of PROT tokens, you will be getting a direct allocation of tokens from the collaborators. As a Pro King, you'll be guaranteed an allocation in every project IDO without participating in the whitelisting, which is really great. Right now, Prostarter are conducting their token sale, and if you are interested, you can participate using your MetaMask wallet and having Ethereum. Also, check out my dedicated review of Prostarter popping up on the top right hand corner of the screen if you'd like to find out more. Thank you for watching. Thank you for watching that. So to continue off here, let's take a look at what they're all about. So it's an identity-based network and tools. They're community governed. They're fully decentralized. So Litentry network processes DID verification, aggregation, and computation requests from a service demander and returns a trustable result. The process will be implemented by a random set of validators in the network in a fully decentralized and transparent way. They're privacy focused and they're blockchain powered because they are building on Substrate, which inherits great features and the best technologies in the blockchain industry. Litentry aims to be the parachain of Polkadot network and benefit from the thriving cross-chain ecosystem and shared security. But just to kind of remind you here, a lot of these projects that are building on Substrate are also creating ERC20 tokens and holding token sales on major exchanges just to get the funding going, right? Because they know that when they hold these token sales on launchpads, especially on exchanges like Binance, then it's likely that they're going to get listed. Obviously, they need to pay a fee, so it's good for the project overall, but it may be a bit negative in the sense of why would you hold a token sale as an ERC20 if your idea is to build on Substrate? So it's all about the funding at the end of the day, right? They're trying to find ways to fund themselves without having to wait a long time before we'll see IDOs take place on Substrate using the tokens directly there. But yeah, it is what it is, right? It's not the end of the world. And let's take a look at the tokenomics here. So the lit tokens, we already know that it's 100 million as the total supply, right? That's what we've got as per coin market cap. So if you get the lit tokens from the market, then this is how it works, right? It basically gets integrated into their system, right? It basically plays a role within their system. If you actually have the lit tokens, if you're the identity owner, you can actually use the Litentry app and the Litentry client services, okay, and then once you do that, you aggregate the identity. You've got the aggregated identities here, the ID verification request, so you will need to submit KYC. Okay, this is basically their platform here, right? So once you do that within their platform, then you've got an identity, right? And then that identity can be basically used in dApps. So you could see here, provide trustless identity data in a dApp. And then for developers, you've got the Litentry runtime and the Litentry software development toolkit. And yeah, it basically it's like a straightforward explanation of how Litentry actually works, because at the end of the day, it's all about the digital identity. Now they do have a bit of competition when it comes to even within the Substrate ecosystem. Kilt protocol is actually competing in a way with Litentry and also Ontology, because they're also working with digital identity protocols, right? But these guys are an aggregator, so I would probably say that's really the only difference from my point of view. So yes, please let me know if you think that's wrong, if you think there's much more to Litentry than we've already seen with Kilt and with Ontology. So let's take a quick look at their white paper here, or Litepaper. So how does this actually work for the users? Well, on the user side, we've got the Litentry Authenticator on the user's mobile data hub, the data explorer for users to check their own data, and dApp Playground to demo the potential of the user-centric web. The Litentry app is a mobile tool integrated with identity on Litentry network. Users could interact with multiple services like recalculate voting power in on-chain governance or get analyzed DeFi services based on credit. It could facilitate the governance process, integrate participants, more information from linked accounts on other networks, and encourage more users to join on-chain governance with lits as incentives. And the Litentry Authenticator. So Litentry Authenticator is a mobile identity and data hub for a decentralized web. It features 2FA and versatile app servicing interface, crypto wallet, aliases, identity generation, private data aggregation, and NFT data authorization. In the future, it will also integrate identity staking and identity matching services. There's the dApp Playground too. So the collection of the dApp samples built on Litentry demonstrates how the decentralized 2FA works and how the dApp works on Litentry. Currently, there is a decentralized music app and a decentralized tweeting app for users to play. Try the Playground now. No registration, no password, no app migration barriers, etc. Now with their roadmap, the thing that I didn't like here is the fact that they're not giving us dates. So they are running this is their runtime upgrade, but they're not giving us dates, right? They're running on Rococo V1, as we know now. They've connected as with the parachain candidate. Testnet is launched. Mainnet is going to be launched soon. Attending the Polkadot parachain auction is going to happen as well, because obviously they want to become a parachain. Enabling submit customized credit computation function. Remove sudo to start the governance, which means that they're no longer the core team is no longer going to be in the power when it comes to changes, but they can submit the proposals and then the community can vote through Polkadot.js, as we've seen many times under the democracy tab. So that's the idea here with Litentry, that we're going to be able to do that too. But I am a bit concerned about that part because as I've seen with Chainx, as I've seen with other projects, any whales, if there's a whale, they can actually control the voting, right? And it just shows you if there isn't enough demand, as in not enough people voting, even though they're holding less of a stake, then the whales usually win. That's pretty much how it works, right? So we need the community to contribute more in these votes. If the community doesn't contribute in the democracy, then the whales always win, and the whales make the game when it comes to governance. So it's not really a democracy in that case. It's like being able to vote in a political party or something, just as an example, and having somebody take control of your vote because they've got more money than you, right? This is pretty much how this works, and that's what I don't really like this at the moment, and that's why we need the community to vote more. And I know that some people may argue and say, well, the community should vote more than if they don't want this, but why is it that the whales are always the ones voting first and the rest of the community is not, right? So yeah, it is a bit sad, but this is how it is at the moment. Hopefully things will change as the Polkadot ecosystem matures. The mobile engineering as well, so we've got the integration with the Litentry identity registry, the cross-wallet communication, native Litentry support, launch Lite client services, integrated dApp market, identity messaging support, and so on. So it's all about the dApp market with the cross-chain identity aggregator to be able to share your identity across all those dApps. This is pretty much it, to keep things short. Now to look at their Twitter page, we can see they've got a lot of followers here, 43,800. They are based in Berlin. Okay, and here we can see this person here. Now that the team is not actually listed on the website, right? So that is a bit annoying, the fact that we didn't see the team on the website here, and they're not on the Litepaper either. And yeah, you can see this person here who's heading the Asia team at Parity Tech, have actually posted about Litentry and of course about other things too. So yeah, it is pretty good, right? And the fact that they've also connected as a parachain on Rokoku, right, together with Darwinia, Fala, and Bifrost, and of course Akala Network too. Now the other thing is this from the end of January, so they've been part of the Binance Launchpool. They've taken part there with the Litentry ERC20 token, where users were able to acquire the new token rewards in return for staking BNB, BUSD, DOT, and other tokens. And again, Binance did list Lit, as you can see, on the 4th of February here, and it is trading at the moment, as we've seen on CoinMarketCap at the beginning of the video. So yeah, just have a read of this article. If you're interested, you can find this article within their website if you scroll down. Now to talk about their GitHub page here, so we can see again, once again, they are in Berlin. This is the website, this is their GitHub page, 39 repositories, 10 people, or maybe even more than 10 people contributing, because I'm not logged into GitHub, and I know that if you're not logged in, you can't see all the different contributors. So it is limited, it shows me 10 here. But we can see they're working, right? Updated 2 hours ago, 3 hours ago, 5 hours ago. So they're making changes to the parachain, they're making changes to the node, they're making changes to the pallets, to the app. So they're basically changing everything. They're constantly updating every single component here, and that's great to see, as you can see here. So yeah, overall, my final thoughts on Litentry, I do think they might perform well just because they are on Substrate. They are getting support from the rest of the Polkadot projects, so that's good to see. Also from Parity Technologies, so the fact that they're getting support from that is also good. They are already on Binance, so they're off to a good start compared to many other ones which have been building on Substrate for quite some time but are struggling to get listed on Binance, not to name them. But I'm guessing you already know who I'm referring to. So yeah, I'm a bit let down by those, unfortunately. But yeah, it's good to see that Litentry have pushed themselves and have managed to get onto Binance, and now it's just a matter of hitting those milestones in the roadmap, and then all the best to them. So I do think they have potential, but again, I just want to say that they do have a bit of a competition with Kilt and also with Ontology. So that's just something to keep in mind, but I know that there is room for more projects to do the same, right? So just something to keep in mind. Thank you very much for watching today's video, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye-bye.